welcome to the class of Chinese ceramics. Today, we are going to talk about dragon kiln and celadon. Almost all peoples in this world had some sort of history making pottery, but the creation of porcelain was not an easy job at all. For most, porcelain making required relatively high firing temperatures, which called for kilns with sophisticated design and excellent temperature-keeping capabilities, as well as proper fuel to generate sufficient heat. Secondly, mastery in selection of porcelain quality clay and the production and application of high-temperature glaze was required. What seemed easy in theory was actually quite difficult to achieve. The Chinese discovered and mastered these techniques first. Here, we cannot do without mentioning of a special type of kiln, the dragon kiln. Backed by evidence from archaeological findings, this type of kiln first appeared during the Warring States period. Then, there was the East Han Dynasty dragon kiln in the Shanglu area of Zhejiang province, which is better known today. This kind of kiln was likely to have been an evolution of the rising heat kilns, which consisted of a fire chamber linked to the kiln compartment. The top of the dragon kiln was sealed and the kiln was tilted, with the lower end being the fire chamber, and a smoke vent was located at the highest position. The kiln was constructed against the mountain slopes, its shape hinted at the mystical animal of the dragon, hence the name. The advantages of the dragon kiln was its capability to rapidly increase and decrease temperature and being able to quickly reach and maintain a reduction atmosphere. The dragon kiln of the East Han Dynasty can already reach a maturing temperature of over 1200 degrees Celsius. The porcelain produced had glazing that were even and absent from cracks. The glaze was of light green color and the body was white and refined. The thinner parts of the body were translucent and the glaze was tightly bodied to body. This kind of porcelain had water absorption from 0.5 to 0.16%. In some abandoned kiln sites, fine pieces of green porcelain or celadon were discovered. The history of porcelain in China and even for the world has begun a brand new chapter. The new breed of porcelain industry grew rapidly. As the making of celadon during the 3rd to 6th centuries became the fastest growing handicraft business in China, it was soon to become a new school of art that was to span across all of China. The southern-style celadon were mainly produced in Zhejiang, Jiangsu, Jiangxi, Hunan, Anhui, Sichuan, Hubei, and other southern provinces. The production of celadon in the north was concentrated in the provinces of Shanxi, Hebei, Henan, and Shandong. Celadon for a long period of time was the dominant product of the Chinese porcelain industry. Why is it that celadon gained such unanimous praise from the Chinese and even as to usher in allocate from the Korean Peninsula, Japan, and southern Eastern Asian countries? It seems that we should be looking for the answer on the philosophical and aesthetic level. The jade-like color and body of the celadon was perhaps more suited for Chinese taste. Jade in Chinese eyes is the epitome of beauty, infused with the essence of the sun and moon, and is a medium to the spiritual world. Therefore, since days of old, the Chinese have adored jade. Especially in remote antiquity, jade was once an important object of ceremonies. The Chinese character Li, meaning etiquette and ceremony, found on early bronze inscriptions appeared as the pictograph of a vessel containing 2 strands of jade objects. This signified that the vessels of sacrificial rites in ancient times were mostly made of jade. In addition, jade was also a charm worn by emperors and people of high status. However, for the common people, jade was a rare item and was extremely difficult to craft. Thus, naturally, people sought for jade-like beauty in celadon, which had a very similar color and body as jade. The province of Zhejiang, with large production volumes of celadon, has been viewed as the originating place of this type of porcelain. Looking back at the history of celadon, the prestigious celadon kilns in the Tang Dynasty included Yue, Wuzhou, O, and Deqing kilns. By the Song Dynasty, there were new developments in celadon making, its characteristic kilns being the Longquan kilns, Yaozhou kilns, and the city of Jingdezhen. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.